First of all, I think we need to bring the same energy that we brought in last game. Think again the same way to play united the way we did. I think defensively, everybody collaborated to make sure that we were difficult to be broken down. Even though they had the illusion of some opportunities, I think that we were ready to be able to step right away and not give them much. Now the thing is we need to be a little bit better with the ball. We need to be a little bit better in some moments going forward to make sure that when we have to keep it on the opposite side and be calmer, we have to do so. And when the transition is open, make sure that we make a little bit better decisions. I think this is one thing that last game we could have done a little bit better. But overall, it was a deserved result from the amount of effort that we put in. If we said that, that Seattle put a lot, into it the game before, and we created a lot of chances. In this game, we put the amount of effort to make sure that we got the result that we needed.
To do some injury updates, because obviously that is a big talking point right now. You had 6 guys that, besides Jeff, that were out with injuries at this last game. Can you give me updates on whether any of those guys are going to be back?
Yes, none of those guys are back for this weekend, so they're still recovering. They're getting closer, some of them, to be able to come back and start playing. Some of them is because they need to get back into the fitness, and others because just they're still recuperating from the injury. It's not their time to come back yet to do certain things. But the other guys are ready to play. The other guys are excited. Everybody's, the practice today was fantastic, and we are, looking forward to this match. And we know there's going to be difficult. Casey is in a good moment, and we feel that, we are in a good place to be able to come in and give a good game.
Specifically, Larry's and Julio, do you have an idea of what their timelines are right now?
No, I wouldn't say time. Of course, always, sooner than later, but they're not ready yet to be able to be available this weekend.
Right. And then with the international duty, it sounds like on top of that, you won't have Flores, you won't have Zambrano, but obviously the red card anyways, so you wouldn't have had him regardless.
That's correct.
What is that options does that sort of leave you, I guess, more in defensive midfield at this point alongside Chara?
A group of warriors that are ready to play any position and ready to be able to give everything for the club.
And then what challenges do you think Kansas City presents specifically that you guys are going to have to manage?
I think they were struggling a little bit at the beginning. So they started from making sure that they were a little bit more disciplined, that they were a little more compact, that they made it a little bit more difficult for teams to be able to break them down. And I think now that they have been able to get through that, some results, they're loosening up a little bit, they're having more play, they're attacking, with a little more confidence, and they're going back to being that team that we know is very good. So we're getting them, as I said, in a moment in which they're feeling pretty comfortable. Also, they have some players I know that they will be missing as well. So it will be an interesting match. 2 teams that are going to try to battle to try to get 3 points that we very much needed to continue, in this fight to get to the playoff.
And then you talked a little bit about Steve Clark after the game, but I was wondering, obviously when you brought him in last year, it was sort of late in the season, no one was paying too much attention, but we maybe should have. What did you guys see in him, though, at that time to think of him, more than just a backup for now, somebody that could potentially break in like he has?
We liked him. I've seen many games in MLS, and I like what I saw from him, especially the way he distributes the ball with his feet. How calm he is to be able to play from the back, and we felt that it will be a good challenge between the 2 of them, Atinella and him, to be able to battle for a starting position. So it's not a surprise what we're seeing right now. We believed in him, and I think our goalkeeper coach Memo does a great job to make sure that he communicate what we expect from the goalkeepers, that he does drills to make sure that they are always pushing to get better. And we're seeing the benefit of that, with Clark giving us very good performances. And now it's important for us to make sure that he stays, feet in the ground, keep on working, keep on being a leader from the back. And so far it's been very good, but it's not a surprise. We knew what he's capable of, and he's just showing what we've been practicing on.
And then you talked last week about the reasoning why in this system, it maybe makes more sense for Fernandez to be center forward. It did seem like he moved wide briefly in the second half. Was that a coaching decision or just sort of the flow of the game? What was the decision there?
Yeah, it was a coach's decision to move him a little bit for a few minutes wide, just because it was very crowded in the middle. He wasn't finding space, and for a few minutes we would put him on the right side to make sure that he found a different position, a different space, and then he drafted right away back inside because he felt more comfortable going back inside. And Jebo was very, very intelligent to know when to get wide, when to come in, when to stay in, and sometimes when to even drop through the middle to make sure that midfielder, a central midfielder, ended up going wide to make sure that we cover the spaces. And we always have support in wide areas, because that's one thing that RSL does very well, and I think we prevented them from doing much in those areas. And I think that was a key of the game that we played against them.